Hey guys, it's Harry from Inside Boxing Brain, and yes, you guessed right, we are back for another video. This video is about Dillon Danis and KSI. The press conference is in about half an hour, and for the first time we're going to actually get to see them on a stage, sat side by side, ready to exchange verbal blows. So I just wanted to do a bit of a prediction on the fight. I am going to do a full breakdown video a little bit closer to the event, but I just really wanted to talk high level about Misfits Boxing and KSI's career at the moment. Now, I feel like he's trying to mirror his career against Jake Paul's career. He wants a similar trajectory to Jake Paul, and he wants to line that fight up with Jake further down the line. Now, in his first fight, or his comeback fight, you could say, he fought Swarms and that Panetta, that Mexican boxer, professional boxer, who was not very professional. But I feel like Dillon Danis is a considerable step up from his last two opponents. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Dillon Danis is a professional combat athlete. Understandably, he's not a stand-up striking type of fighter. He is more of a grappler and wrestler. And he really rose to fame when he was working for Conor McGregor and helping Conor prepare for some of his big fights. But it was always for wrestling and the ground game. It was never for a stand-up sort of striking type of fight. So the way I'm looking at this fight is that I think it is a step up for KSI in the sense that he's now fighting a proper combat athlete who's relevant. Well, relevant in the sense that he is involved and he's part of these, circles which have relevant people in them. Dillon Danis' career is honestly very terrible. I was trying to look at some of his highlights, and his stand-up game is pathetic. Really bad. KSI, as the novice boxer that he is definitely going to have better hands than him. And for me, I think that is going to be the difference. It's going to be the fact that KSI can throw hands, even though he is a little bit wild and erratic with his punches, and Dillon Danis just can't. Like, it's really awkward to watch him try and fight in a stand-up punching or throwing hands way, because his hand-eye coordination is terrible. All of his punches seem to loop wide. Nothing is sharp and straight down the middle. There's no sharp punches, and he almost seems to slap. There's no actual turning of the knuckles. So for me, I think that this fight is most likely going to be won by KSI. And I was just thinking there in my head of maybe it'll be a potential stoppage, because Dillon Danis is definitely going to keep himself wide open for those big looping shots from KSI. And I see a spectacular knockout finish similar to the Tyrone Woodley knockout from Jake Paul. So I'm interested to know what everybody thinks in terms of who's the A fighter, who's the B fighter, or who's the more dangerous fighter out of the two, KSI or Dillon. And in this press conference, do you really think that the mind games and the psychology is going to play any impact on the actual fight? For me, I just understand that Dillon Danis is a great shit talker. If you look at some of the most viral videos he has, it's because he gets into fights because he chats shit to people, and he gets under the skin, and that causes a reaction which results in him getting into fights, which then results in him being relevant because these famous people want to try and argue and fight him. So personally, I do think KSI is going to win. I think it'll be a slight test, but nothing real, in the sense of Dillon's not going to be able to put combination punches together. Dillon's not going to be beating KSI when it comes to landing the jab. So those two fundamental things are the primary reason why he's going to lose this fight, because there's just no way on earth that you would be able to argue that Dillon has got great boxing fundamentals or a boxing IQ. We're not saying that KSI has. What I'm saying is that KSI, in terms of his boxing IQ and his boxing skill, is definitely above Dillon, even though Dillon is a professional athlete. Dillon's a great wrestler, can't take that away from him, but we're not wrestling, we're boxing. And I think that KSI is going to have him. Interested to see how this press conference plays out. It's in just under half an hour and it's free on YouTube. So I'm really interested to see how that pans out. Personally, I think that Dillon is going to try and really come with confidence, like, I'm going to destroy you, you are nothing, I'm a professional fighter, this is a complete mismatch and they don't realise it, and he's really going to try and build himself up to make KSI, in his heart of hearts and his head, think, shit, I'm in with a dangerous fighter. When in reality, if it was a UFC fight, then I would bet my house that Dillon would win. However, because it's a boxing match, I'm very confident that KSI is going to have more than enough to be able to outperform and hurt Dillon within that ring. You can't play boxing, and boxing is not like other combat sport. Every minute in the ring has to be accounted for. You're burning energy, your foot movement, your hand movement, your head movement, hand positioning and placement, throwing feints. It's all about, it's a dance. And Dillon is not a good dance partner. He is not a good boxer. And KSI is going to have more than enough in the gas tank to hurt him. I would like to see a bit more of a clinical boxing performance from KSI, because the last time we saw him out, I felt like it was just erratic. It was a scrap. It was a fight. It was not a boxing. It wasn't a boxing demonstration or a clinical boxing lesson. KSI needs to improve if he wants to get in the ring with someone like Jake Paul, because Jake Paul right now would definitely catch him with one of them hooks, and boom, good night KSI. So leave me your thoughts below in terms of what you think about KSI and Dillon Danis. Who's the favourite in that fight? Do you think Dillon's got enough to actually hurt KSI with a clean punch? Or do you think that this is going to be one-way traffic down the highway from KSI? And I'll be back for another video very soon, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and if you want to enter our free giveaway, it's worth £300. Drop a comment in the comment section below. I'm going to be picking my most favourite comment in the new year to send you a gift. So stay tuned and enter the competition. It's Harry from Inside Boxing Brain, and yes, you guessed right, we'll be back for another video very soon. Peace.